On tonight's episode of Ooh, Brown, we have a Craftmade CXL in brownstone. This is their weathered brick finish. You can kind of see that undertone there. But overall it is very brown. James May would appreciate this fan, as would Mr. Regular. Anyway, apparently this is from 1999. I've been misreading the date codes and stuff on these fans. And I also did not realize that this housing style came out as early as it really did. I always assumed, based on, I guess, what I thought I remembered from catalogs at work, that this housing style came out in like 2000 or 2001 or something, but apparently not. I guess it was a 90s thing too. And the CXL I filmed yesterday apparently is from 1996, not 98 or 99, so I was wrong on that as well. So, oh well. I mean, I'm wrong a lot anyway. I've still got a lot to learn. But, you know, at least I can admit it, right? So anyway, I got this at the Habitat literally down the street from me. Of course, when I got this, I don't believe I was living here. I don't think so. It's possible that I bought this whenever I was living in this area, but I don't think so. It's been a while. I just know that it's been sitting in my storage unit for at least a few months, and I'm finally testing it. So, of course, this is still 4.5 blade, obviously, as you can see. And I don't know what this blade finish is called. It's a very weathered blade finish. I like it a lot. But anyway, we'll go ahead and demonstrate it, starting with the light kit. I did have to change the pull chain on the light, and that's why it's polished brass. Somebody had pulled it out completely and lost the nut for it too. Sadly, I don't get that cool. Well, it probably would have been antique brass like this, but anyway, I don't have the decorative one, so I just used this one. I chose these shades because I thought that they would look really good with this fan, and they do. These are actually from my 1989 Four Seasons, not the one in my living room, another one. Here's low. They're from my white one, which I will eventually get around to filming pretty soon. This fan came with no glass, but everything else was complete. All the screws, and also no mounting bracket, which is typical. But the mounting bracket is still produced today, so that's really easy to procure. I gotta say, I really do like this finish. It is very nice. I definitely would love to install this somewhere too. The sad thing is, the decor I really like doesn't work with a lot of these cool finishes, sadly. I have so much mid-century stuff that's pretty much decidedly what I want to have as my decor, despite the fact that I appreciate and love quite a few different styles. I guess I really gravitate to the mid-century stuff the most. But I would love to use fans like this, and the Navajo White, the Verde, and all that other kind of southwestern type designer finishes. I just don't know if I'll ever have a personal use for them. But I might in the future. You never know. I might have a house where every room is different. I mean, I don't know. That would actually be kind of cool. Kind of a house where every room has a specific decor and they don't really all tie together. That'd be kind of neat. Some people would hate it, but I think that'd be kind of cool. Here's medium, and of course, as all CXLs do, this performs wonderfully. But as most of the fans I've gotten recently, it wobbles horribly. That seems to be a recurring theme, which is not a big deal, but does kind of suck at the same time. I mean, I can balance all these. I just don't like having to put weights and blades if I don't have to. I'll do it in a customer's home, but for my personal fans, not too interested in that. But if it's a permanent install, I probably would balance it with weights. I'd first try to change the blade order and see what that would do, and if that doesn't do anything, then weights. Alrighty, here's high. I haven't even tested it on high, so I don't know how bad it wobbles yet. Well, now I know how bad it wobbles. Quite badly. And this is on one of those 2-inch down rods, so it's really way up there in the ceiling, amusingly. That's not a word, I don't think. But I made it a word, I guess. And this one also didn't come with any fobs, and kind of sad. I wish it did. I do have some new Craftmade pull chain fobs from like 2020 and 2021, but I like the flat blade logo one. Would be kind of cool, or the blade shape one. I mean, that one would be neat. Encon did something similar, I think. Well, theirs wasn't a blade, but it was still flat and neat. Golly, this thing wobbles horribly, but it still moves a bunch of air. So that's cool at least. And this one probably also is about 220, maybe 230 RPMs. With a capacitor value change, you could probably get this thing up to like 250. In fact, I'm probably going to do some toying around with that type of thing on a lot of different fans, because I'm curious to see what the limits are for some of these. So, yeah, and the bearings are good on this one too. They probably donated it because it wobbles, or they didn't like the finish anymore. That's very possible too. This doesn't really fit with the current trend of decor. Really any of the current trends, because there's a few out right now. Mid-Century's back in rage. And so, of course, is that obnoxious hospital gray or white brushed nickel sterile environment type of decor, which I absolutely loathe. And then that whole thing, but with oil rub bronze as well. For whatever reason, that is a thing. Yeah, it's contrasting, but it's horrible. But, you know, I don't really think this fits any of the modern decor at all, because I don't think anything's even offered in a finish close to this now. As far as I've seen, I guess the closest thing is rustic iron, but that's a different thing, but it's similar, I suppose, in color at least. But yeah. And another thing to note is this also has the more traditional curved but pointed tip blades. I'd say about half of my Craftmades have the pointy boys, and half like the triangle pointy boys, and then the other half have these, and then there's like 4 maybe, I think. Let's see, I got gloss black decorative, chrome decorative, polished brass and white. I think I have only 4 with rounded blades at the moment. Alright, there's 4 blades, and off to 5. 5 blade time. I do rather like it with 5, although 4 is amazing too. That's usually where I am. I really like them equally. I partially prefer 4, but honestly, I could definitely rock with 5 blades on most of these things. Really all of them. Same procedures as usual. I wonder if this improves or makes the wobble worse. That's what I'm interested in. And probably going to make it worse, but it could improve it. That happens sometimes. So maybe there's a good enough blade that somewhat sets off the weight. I don't really see a bent arm. Or a little bit, but it's not as bad, so I don't know. Who knows? Regardless, it is gorgeous. This is definitely one of the most common non-Casablanca and non-original fans in this area. It's the CXL. Specifically the CXL. Because it was such a great alternative to the other stuff I mentioned. Also, they offered finishes that Casablanca and Hunter never offered. There were a lot of unique finishes to Craftmade, which made, them appealing, of course. In fact, most of the time I see these in rich people's houses, so ironically, for all the people who claim they're for so cheap, blah, 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 they're usually in people's houses that have like 9 to 10,000 square foot homes and millions of dollars readily available to them at any point. I'm not sure if it's just because the home builders liked using them or they chose them. I mean, I know at least 30 of our customers that have these in their homes had us put them up and we sold them. But I don't know about everybody else. That's probably more than 30, but you know what I mean. Or maybe it's just that they were appealing, because the style, at least here, that was most common in rich people homes of the early to mid 2000s was very kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like colonial, revival-ish, somewhat. I don't know. The houses, they always look a lot older than they are. Like, they pass as like 1910s or 1880s, 1890s mansions. It's worse. Oof. And they're all just built in 2000s, which I think is crazy. So, I do see a lot of Casablancas in those kind of houses too, and often there's Craftmades and Casablancas in the same home. That's a common thing I see as well. Either they bought them at the same time and the Craftmades replaced Casablancas, or the other way around. Just depends. But they were definitely a very neat and customizable brand. They had a lot of cool blade finishes that other people didn't do either. Like those burnt tip blades on my Presidential 2 that I have. Those were really cool. Casablanca offered something kind of similar. They're called relic blades, I think. But they didn't have the same feel, at least. And that was during the Hunter Blanca days, of course, so 1996 to now. Things changed quite a lot at Casablanca. Golly, that wobbles a lot. Kind of sucks because I wanted to leave this thing hanging as a garage fan until I test fans again on probably Sunday. Which by the time you're seeing this video, it probably will be Sunday actually. I'm trying to stagger everything out, upload one a day, and I've tested 5 fans today, so that should actually, no, it'll be probably Tuesday of the following week when you see this actually. Yeah, I pretty much spent the whole day in the garage, other than going to the storage unit to get this and the other fans that I tested today, besides the 2 Hunters. Yeah. And I'm glad to be back in the fan testing and making video world though. It's really nice to have a presence again, besides update videos. I'm sure y'all got tired of those. Those didn't seem to get a lot of views, which I didn't expect them to. I just wanted to make those in case anybody was interested in what's going on. Because I always feel that I have to explain myself even though I really don't need to, but whatever. And I guess some of the stuff that I'm doing is quite interesting anyway. With organization is one thing that is pretty interesting to most people. I mean, Cole has been doing that for a long time now, 3 years. And yeah. So probably be Tuesday, I think. Because 5 days from Wednesday, that's Tuesday. Yep. I'm so good at math. Well, that pretty much concludes this video, though. I hope y'all enjoyed, and thank you again for watching. There will definitely be more to come. I don't know what fans will be following this video yet, because I haven't actually planned that out, although I'm hoping I'll decide test that Win 2 I have, because that would be cool to get a video of, but my camera will be like basically less than a foot from the floor to film that thing, because it's going to be pretty low. But yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much it. That is my 1999 Craftmade CXL in brownstone. And that reference is for regular car reviews, for those who don't understand that. And the James May is Top Gear. The running joke is always that he likes everything to be brown, which pretty much means boring or mundane, or from the malaise era of cars. So, that's where those jokes come in. Now, goodbye for real.